welcome back, welcome back. You are still tuned in to Funtastic Fridays. You know by now that we're here with you every single Friday. Another Friday, them winner name Friday from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m. So now we're in the last hour of the show. It's always bittersweet.
Yeah.
But guess what? Before we even get to the top, the thing with Kim, we have a Digicel credit giveaway. So for all the persons who did not probably get a point for that last challenge that we had for top of the class, no worry, you can still win little credit, or if it is that you've won credits already, you can win little more.
Yeah.
Because we know enough loved ones and friends and all these people in one bus fun. You know, Funtastic 93 FM. Too cute say, yes, I got it on a can't style me. I style we know. All right, guys, so from you heard that intro song earlier, you know it is time to talk to Ting with Kim and to basically honor the final Friday in Child's Month, because children are so special. They need to be protected. We need to, you know, change up some of the ways that we take care of our children, right? Too cute, so I have two networks, so yeah, but Too cute, how you didn't know or which one put stand?
Not even PR no, my thing.
All right, fine. I'll get back to it. So yes, for the ending of Child Month, we said, you know what? Let's share some parenting tips for Child's Month. And yes, guys, I'm not a parent as yet. One day, if God will. Yeah. But I've been a child of people. I've been someone's child all my life. So I have some feedback, you know, I have some insight. I can speak from the perspective of being someone's child, you know? Yeah. So let's get into it. So parents strive to nurture, protect, and guide their children through each stage of their lives. However, it's not always a smooth and easy path. Yeah, we know that by now, guys. Like parenting, the parenting taught me,
yeah,
it's not for the weak, right? Too cute, so I'm gonna take a lucky guess.
Wow.
She just test it out and it worked out. Right? So parenting is not always smooth and it's not always an easy path. As children grow and develop, there are times when they display undesirable and unexplainable behavior, and parents don't always know how to help them when they struggle. While these parenting pains can be frustrating, there are positive parenting tips on how to stay calm and encourage more acceptable behavior. Now, we know that parenting is no easy task, and there is never a set formula or blueprint or any, you know, magic that we can work and just have it all figured out to overcome the difficulties of raising children. However, Funtastic Fridays wants to help all the parents out there as best as we possibly can by sharing tips that may help to make parenting easier. So we're going to get right into the tips. Tip number 1. It's okay for your child to be mad at you.
Oh, come just say you can't stop. I'm mad a while ago, Kim.
No. So it's okay for your child to be mad at you. So be a parent, not a friend. And for all the parents out there, feel free to comment. Feel free to share your feedback. If you agree, disagree, you know, the feelings, let me know, right? So it's okay for your child to be mad at you. Be a parent, not a friend. This means you cannot be afraid to be the bad guy. Your child might be angry with you sometimes. Just deal with it. The alternative is having an obnoxious and entitled child. Let them fail sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I think that is usually one of the things that happening recently, where parents are more fighting to become the child's best friend.
They want to be besties. They want to, you know, be on social media, making videos together, we're partying together.
Put me on your snap,
you know, and I want to be considered cool. You know, when you talk to your friends, you're like, oh my God, you know, my mother cool, my father cool. Yeah, that's what y'all want. But no, that's not the aim. You need to be a parent to your child. You don't have enough friends. Just like how, you know, the parents always say, man, a size. It is true, we are not size, so why we're trying to be size, right? So guys, you need to become comfortable with the fact that your kid's gonna be mad at you sometime. Ironically, I was talking to my mom just yesterday about this. She sent me on this program many years ago, National Youth Service, right? And she said, you know, so when I did sign up for that, you did vex with me now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, really? She said, yeah. And guys, I can tell you, the boss I had in that job is the best boss I've ever had in my entire professional life, right?
No, I remember even talking about the program recently on the show.
Exactly.
And it sounded like a good thing. And here you are. You were ready to fight the lady for saying it. No,
because the thing is, what happened is I was going to graduate high school, and then the program, apparently they had closed off entry. They stopped accepting entries. I was also under the age. It was 17 to 23. I was 16. And then what it meant is that I would have missed prom. So because I would have been going to this thing I never know nothing about, it's last minute, mommy found both and go beg them to get me into it, and they accepted me at my young age as well. And then I hear say, oh, well, you're going to miss prom. So I'm thinking that's probably why I was upset. Yeah. I don't know, but yesterday she was like, you didn't vex me. I want to be with
my friends. I don't like you no more.
Exactly. But then, like, when she hear me talking yesterday, say, yo, that boss I had, listen, I had a recommendation letter to get Phonics job.
Yeah.
And he went to the downtown office 2 a.m. in the morning to go write the letter and drop it off there and send me a message and say, hey, Kim, I'll drop it off. Just make sure you go there before you go to the place. And listen, that man was just, a boss that need to teach all other bosses. I remember
and then that was kind of like a mentorship program as well, right?
Yeah, but he just took a personal interest,
That's what mentors do, because he's giving, as I said, he's giving mentor energy.
And you know what he did as well? I remember he was praying for us one night for all 4 staff members, and in the middle of the night, guys, I'm praying for you guys. I hope you guys.
What is that?
I'm like, listen, I don't know what I'm finding this man, but and when Christmas come, oh my Lord, he came in with gifts. Everybody had like 4 or 5 things to get. The man just did really check for it, and listen, I value that man to this day. So because of that, even though mommy somebody vexed, she said, look at what came out of it, Nope. So sometimes your pitney are going to vex with you. They may not understand what you do. Exactly. So for her, she's like, oh, prom, not that serious, Kim. This opportunity to end up in the working world, to do all these things. And I never understood it, but just did have her up apparently. So parents, it's okay for your child to be mad at you. Enough time, the decisions you guys make will pay off for them, all right? So, tip number 2, don't try to fix everything. No found the guilty of this. If you no pick the ball for drop on the wrong, go save them and you take the drop before them drop. No. Don't try to fix everything. Give kids a chance to find their own solutions. When you lovingly acknowledge a child's minor frustrations without immediately rushing in to save them, you teach them self-reliance and resilience. If you don't, how do you expect them to ever learn how to cope with life's ups and downs? Nobody is ever successful at everything. So sometimes you have to fail in order to succeed. Right? So guys, allow your kids to fail. You see, if them never study for the exam, nobody stay up with them the night. I mean, I'm not saying no for that. But in other words,
don't make them feel like
you're not make them fail, but sometimes make them also experience it.
Yeah,
and then someone homework not do on the night before you stay up and do the homework.
Because what the problem is, before Kim even get to that, I was gonna say what will happen is you're trying to go above and beyond for them so much that you will actually be letting them cheat.
Exactly. So you will get the grade.
Good way to get through life.
And the worst part is when you get a failing grade for the homework or you do. Exactly. But that's beside the
point. Or the other flip side, when you go get a 97 and the teacher say, come up with Michael, come show them what you do on the board here.
And Michael don't know what, because you do everything. Because
you do the homework.
Because Michael fall asleep last night when you help him. So sometimes you have to allow your kids to fail. Sometimes you have to ensure, you can't save them from everything in life. And the sooner they start to learn certain things, that life is not a bed of roses. We're not saying you're going to throw them out there in the jungle and say, go and go survive. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. And as Quilly said, words of wisdom being dropped right here, training them to cheat themselves through life. If Una do the homework for them, it don't make no sense.
Well, I say don't help them enough.
Help them, of course, but don't do the work. Help is different from doing the work.
Exactly.
And I've literally seen parents sit down and do the work.
Right, true.
Stay up the night before I do the whole project, especially the projects I have to build something.
They glue 2 things together,
and them no glue nothing. They put it over there upon tablet and them do everything. And when you're done, you look like one 5-star resort they put together. No, guys, and they're not teaching your children the right message. So if it means that, all right, I remember when mommy used to tell for wash my clothes the weekend or wash my sneakers. And I used to love sports, so I used to look forward to PE time. You said my sneakers never wash. Mommy said, all right, look who now go PE. I stress out. I was so stressed out because I love playing netball. I loved volleyball. I loved every little sport I could get into. So that was the lesson for me. You never wash it, so what you going to do? Me now wash it for you. And trust me, guys, best believe every weekend after that, my sneakers wash. Because I'm not missing PE again. So she had to allow me to feel, okay, what is it that you're going to encounter when you don't prepare for something you want? You know? So, guys, make sure you're not cheating your children out of responsibility and, you know, life building their resilience and all learning. Of that. And Too Cute is asking, you know, I guess she wants to know, Lionel, are you a father? The silence still long.
I am a godfather.
That sounds like some gangster something.
But no, I have not been granted with the opportunity to...
The privilege.
Yeah. But
as yet.
I am filling in as a godfather currently until it is my time to father a child.
Okay, exactly so. I don't know if Too Cute out there working on a resume. I don't know, but
yeah. Oh, yes, send in your queries to Funtastic 93 FM.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't try to fix everything, guys. So for tip number 3, give your child lots of nurturing physical attention. It seems simple, but children like hugs, cuddles, and holding hands. Show them the affection they desire. If they aren't overly affectionate, that's okay. Know how your child likes to be nurtured and comforted. So I think this is something that I would love to see more of. Yeah. I actually think a lot of parents are excellent with this when it comes to their daughters. Right? Daughters, oh my God, princess this, princess that, lift up, hug up, everything, right? I think more work needs to be done when it comes to the sons. Let me tell you, especially the whole stigma of father, you know, because you're a man, boy, we not hug you up too much, right? You know, we're toughing you up. No. Oh, Too Cute, Robert said, I'm not a mom. Da-da-dee. She actually did say da-da-dee.
You know, so she should have said mama-dee.
Mama-me. Yeah. But she actually said da-da-dee.
Yeah.
Right? But guys, you have to learn how to show your children affection, whether it's a boy or a girl. And they're very affectionate with the daughters, and that's why a lot of women are so compassionate and empathetic and all those stuff. However, our sons need more of that, and they're not used to that. And then whenever they're greeted with that, whether in relationships or in life, they don't know how to deal with that because it's not something they're used to. Like, I know a father right now that every time I leave the house, he turn to his son, come, give me a hug. Yeah. And I love it, as simple as it is, and his son run come and hug him. And I was like, I like that.
I mean, it's usually there, you know, Kim, up to probably about 7, 8. So it starts to die down from there. So we probably want to implement it throughout.
Further on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A bit more.
And we understand that they're mature, you know, but there's other ways you can still show affection. You can still nurture them. If it is that, okay, the person, as they say, is not overly affectionate, it is fine. Find some way. Some kids just want to be there, to be involved in what you're doing. Daddy, I go road, we want to go road too. Daddy always said that to us. Every time we want to go to the road, we're about to go up on the road with him. And that was enough for us. That was affection. The fact that he allowed us to go on the road with him. You know, so find little ways to connect with your kids, guys. I know easier said than done, and I know the older we get, it's a bit more difficult because our interests change and we want to feel like big people, so we're not going like pitting no more.
Right.
But there's still ways to connect. Find out the way that works for your child and adjust. That either for you adjust than them adjust.
Yeah.
That's the reality. We are the adults. We understand certain things, so we can find a compromise quicker than they can. So figure it out, understand your child, know your child, and work it out. All right? All right. So number 4, offer a variety of activities for them to do. So children are more likely to misbehave when they are bored. So provide lots of engaging indoor and outdoor activities for your child, such as reading, games, puzzles, science projects, nature walks, extracurricular activities at school, enrolling them in clubs, etc. So, you know that saying that we always hear, the devil find work for idle hands?
Yeah.
That is a part of the problem. We have a lot of young children out here, teenagers, boy or girl, whichever one, out here getting themselves into mischief because they have too much time on their hands.
I mean, you know, like, usually for the girls, stay inside and do this, do that. With the boy, them when you go on outside,
go on the streets, go on at this, go on, make sure.
Keep an eye on the boys, ensure that they're doing productive activity out there. Because trust me, that's how they get into thing. And then when you as a parent now come in, you're gonna be like, but Michael in a gang. You don't know.
You don't know, because you know that we understand a lot of parents have to be working, and we get that. But you can't keep tabs on them.
If you're not there, you're gonna set somebody to keep a second eye. And we're not gonna, because you see, parents believe that if they're gonna let's say monitor their kids, they're gonna do it like a spy agent. You have this one, don't make him see you and watch him. No, you make him know, say, listen me, Miss Jennifer cross the road, gonna keep an eye on you. So make sure you stay where she can see you. Don't straightforward thing. Nobody have Miss Jennifer peep over wall
and I try by camera and all them something that don't make no sense.
You don't need no secret agent thing, people. Just be straightforward with them, because you see, once you start sneak around and do things, them are gonna say, okay, well, if mommy I gonna sneak and watch me,
and I gonna try outdo you and outsmart you, and all of a sudden it's a game between you and the child. Right. So guys, I know finding activities, it is easier said than done, because also activities cost money, right?
And not only that, we're competing against the tablet and the devices where
exactly. But I'm telling you, if you can help get your child into a sport or a community club or something they enjoy, not something you want them to do in the country. That's how we put the kids in something that we want. So all of a sudden Jamaicans are good athletes, everybody make them pitney run. No, your child may not want to run.
But I mean, not only that, I mean, you can try to even combine them. So you want, you know, them love football, you find a football program that offers even look reading afterward.
Exactly.
Not just a football match, them just go play football, and no, find a program that offers other things that can develop them.
I remember summertime, my mother used to say we go camping and she tried to figure it out. She never have it like that, but she said, listen,
I used to go to summer camp.
I don't even know which camp I go. I just know every summer me and my siblings, we were always talking about camp. Maybe it was always a church camp,
right?
But it would maybe like a few days, might be a week. But I remember a few summers I went to camp.
I did, man. And you have vacation Bible school.
Exactly. And then you have courses where kids go learn for swim and all of that.
Learn for swim, tie rope, whatever it is. I mean, get your skills going.
Go play one instrument, whatever it is.
Anything.
Fine activities
to build up the character. Cause trust me, some of them, when you ask them what them can do, boy, I can't do nothing. Just rub out my palm, my G.
Exactly. So as I said, the devil find work for idle hands. Let's try to eliminate the idle hands and find ways. And bear in mind, it doesn't have to be costly activities. It does not have to be. It can be that you enroll them in a service club. And all them do basically is volunteer a lot. And some kids will like that, because some kids are naturally helpful.
As I said, get them active. And then here's the thing again, parents. We know you might not have the time, but it's very great. Even if you guys sign them up for the football program, sign them up for the camp, sign them up for the the voluntary service or a science club or something.
Pop
up with them.
Yeah, go occasionally.
I'm coming with you tomorrow. I'm going to be there at the game. Show up.
It don't even have to be an official football game. Can be training and you just go the same way.
Me, you don't want it to be a thing where it's be do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Do the woman them gone at the thing.
And that's going to be one of the tips for later.
Okay.
Right? So tip number 5, use discipline to teach, not punish, and also be consistent with the discipline, right? So understand the meaning of the word discipline. It's all about teaching and education, not punishment, threats, and training.
Translation, people, don't just boof them.
And I threaten them and me catch you and wait till we reach home and da-da-da-da. That's how most people see discipline, and that's not necessarily discipline.
You don't teach them no moral of the story. You don't teach them what the lesson
They don't understand why they're not doing
them
something.
Get boof.
They don't understand exactly. They just know say, boy, I hear a lot of adults say it now, and I mean to each their own regarding whatever your belief is. But we laugh about the he used to get beaten for this, he used to get beaten for that, but we probably didn't really understand at that time why we were getting it. You know, we just know, say, all right, once the parents never like it, that's how come around the corner. Right? So if it is that you're going to discipline your child, which is necessary in their upbringing, ensure you understand why you're disciplining them, what it is, and how best to do so. As Too Cute say, yes, consistency is important in disciplining a child. Like I saw one of the examples earlier was that, for example, a bedtime. Something as simple as a bedtime. They say stick to it. If it's 8 o'clock, you say stick to it, because you're actually doing more harm than good when it's all over the place, right? Because they say, especially some parents, what they do is because they work a lot, so when they reach home, they make you stay up later because they want some time with you. And yes, we get that's a good trait. Yeah. However, you may also be doing more harm than good because teaching discipline goes a long way in life. So if bedtime is 9 o'clock, no matter what you're doing, no matter if mommy come in 8:55, 9 o'clock is your bedtime.
True.
Right? So, as we were saying earlier, think of yourself as a teacher and show your child you respect them by explaining why the limit needs to be set. Help them to understand it's for their own good and the benefits that they will reap. Respect is a gateway to your child's cooperation. So I know also people are back and forth about this because I think when them think respect, it's like you cover down to the person and okay, yes sir, all right sir. Yeah. No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what respect is. You have to also listen to your child. Yeah. Right? They may actually feel uncomfortable about something and you're telling them go on outside, go rake, and they might be afraid, they might probably don't feel safe outside, might be somebody outside that trouble them. You don't try to understand why they don't want to rake the yard, you just gonna punish them because they never rake the yard. Have a conversation.
End of conversation.
Exactly. Just go rake the yard and that is it. No. Have a conversation, right? So respect your child, right? Setting limits and being consistent, as Too Cute said, is the golden rule to good discipline. Be kind and firm when you set rules and enforce them. Focus on the reason behind your child's misbehavior and make it an opportunity for them to learn for the future in a positive way rather than to get punished for it.
All right.
All right. So we are going to go to the break. And when we get back, we are going to complete the rest of the tips that I have. So I have a total of 10 tips. We've covered 5 already. So guys, if there's some that you want to share, if you're a parent and you want to share your advice, feel free. If it is that you're not yet a parent, but you feel like, if I was, I'd want to do this because I envision me doing this, feel free to share it as well. All right.
Sometimes the non-parents have a couple good ideas.
Listen.
We don't really get to put in that practice yet. We have the
theory.
Don't
put in practice, but we observe a lot.
But it might work.
So, we observe a lot. And bear in mind, even observation, we might not understand everything because when you put in the situation, it's a different story.
Right. That's how I say we have the theory.
But
it might just work.
All right, so Quilly said, but Kimmie, you have a lot of broken people who are having children. Listen, that is us. How will they apply these tips in their parenting when they lack self-development? And that is something, Quilly, that later on in the show, we have one of those as a tip as well, right? So there's a lot of things that we need to fix and there's a lot of things that we need to learn, but guess what? We can't do it alone. So we need a support group. We need to have the right people around us. As we said in a few weeks now, you have to actually check the people you have in your circle because you are the total of your circle, the 5 closest people to you. So if what they're basically displaying or certain traits they have is not something you admire and want to have for yourself, then it's a sign. It is a sign. So we're going to get into that, Quilly. Excellent question. I love it. And Too Cute said, true, true, Quilly. So we're going to the break, guys. We'll be right back.